As a teacher, I devastated with reiterating the parents for that.
I love that I can finally see people. Where despite all the friends that we succeeded in.
Because parents are opportunities to celebrate achievements with students and provide motivation and encouragement by community. Parents who dive in and engage particular lesson or in campuses.
I just need to slide down.
For us, driving around is the only way we can get a So when our windshield cracked, we needed it fixed. We need to save that. There's no one else we trust. Their experts replaced our windshield and recalibrated our car's advanced safety system. They focus on safety.
You can sit there. He's still over there. I don't think he actually is. That's like
the media file center. That's where we're at. That's where it's going. No, they have not. Go ahead. I didn't see what happened. Oh, okay. I also didn't see. I got a power strip over here. Didn't have to use yours.
You want to move it?
If it ain't bothering you, it's fine.
It's not bothering me whatsoever.
All right.
Agent documentation experience.
Dr. Ken, what was you talking about today? Somebody said you were on one today.
I was on one? Wow.
Poor Joe Biden. Gotta feel sorry for old Joe.
Anybody that old would want to be president.
No, somebody was listening to your show and they said you were going off the rails, Ken. Who knows what that means?
Oh no, I heard the 5. Well, I told them the 5. Just watch it. Because if you want to post something, don't like to would be like the don't like it. Whether that's we have to vote just to that or that. I don't think that's how it is. Asian black
Republicans must annihilate violence. The economy is the top concern. And the Biden economic record has been so atrocious
Making black money carrying significant health disparities in
How's the audio? Can you guys hear me? Somebody let me know what the audio is like, because it might be terrible. Like, I don't have an actual microphone here with me. So if you guys can't hear me, then we may have to consider another option here. Unfortunately, where the Republican Party is right now, where I think actual Republican voters want their party to be, is none too favorable to certain people. Right now, it's not a sensible party unless they can get over. It's not sensible at the moment, even if the issues sound good. The Trump effect, and we can't do whataboutism when Trump is leading by 30 points. That is infecting the policy making. Well, it just seems, I don't know. Maybe they'll get back to governing one day. And I ain't doing a radio show with you.
30 years ago, once you won, everybody moved to the middle of things. You had to work stuff out and make the deals and get stuff done. Now,
Yeah, something happened.
the whole point is we went 8 years. You didn't get it done.
You know what? I will say this.
What 8 years? Obama?
Because you know what? The one thing that always upset me as a young person when I saw Obama elected, that Tea Party came out of nowhere saying Tea Party came out of nowhere and want to take that country. No, it didn't. Where did it come from? Tea Party was always there.
The friends of the
Because remember, they remember that they grew in strength and really notoriety.
what they did.
I don't hear about them
They're
anymore.
the equivalent of the Tea Party. Where the Tea Party was always there. They just never rose prominent. They took advantage of that time.
Well, yeah, we were they did. And I just feel like it's our country. I didn't like they don't talk. I don't like our country back when it's black man. It might not be because you're black, but you know you gotta be careful sometimes when you say certain things. The sensitive people are the people that say that. You know who is? The people who want to block certain things and kids can be talk certain things because
That's
they're
crazy.
Those are the
Arkansas has now told you to turn your books in. If you have African American books, you need to turn it in.
So can we?
Check out News One back.
So can we just say what that is? That shit is fascism. 101.
The fact that you argue the point that you were actually one of the reasons I was a Democrat was because you were the party of the city. You were the party and preserve the civil rights. That's crazy.
Wait, who's branding the book now? The Republic.
Sarah Huckabee said.
The Republicans are on her. She Republican governor of Arkansas, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, is trying to ban some books.
I think she was rough. She want to be tough.
Hang on, I gotta go there.
You go to newsone.com, that's the main story. You don't go to Newsone? You know that's the name.
You know I'm broadcasting live now, so just don't. No, we're good. They got a whole camera.
That's why I said before. Like,
Arkansas confiscates African American studies materials. You
AP
can't be
history.
serious.
They're supposed to AP that they aren't.
Giving credit for.
Yeah, and only 6 schools are not going to have AP history. African American.
In order to comply with the state's anti-critical race theory law. So how is this different than classrooms in Germany telling teachers to turn over any books that deal with Jewish history?
Thank you for that.
Okay. Oh, this is my whole show tomorrow.
Yeah, you should look into what she said. You know what offended me most about what she said is when she said we only want to teach American history. And to me, that was a veiled shot at saying African American. No. It has to be taught. It has to be taught. That's like only
How do I turn these captions off? There it is. Can you all hear me? Can somebody let me know if you can? I don't think they can hear me. On
what is it?
Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you, Bilal. Appreciate it. All right, so we are in the Media File Centers. Myself, Kyle Wallace, and Dr. Ken. We are awaiting the debate to sponsors in here, and they're literally everywhere. Let me turn my computer around so you guys can see all the monitors we have. We've got journalists from literally all over the country in the room right now. Oops.
Any more garbage, you guys? Any more trash? Do you think he'll mind if I take this? Are you okay cleaning the cups? Nobody eats the pork, right? There's also more coffee over there. I really have some. We all need to take a picture together. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I know. We should have done it before my hair went anyway.
We have access to it?
It's right there.
Yeah, wear it.
They think they're anxious. They're walking out, giving them a little preamble before everything starts, and then we will get to the moderator desk and start asking questions. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So they know we'll send it out. Looks fantastic. I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes.
What do you look for in tonight, especially with something like the last?
It'll give them more opportunity to make a sharp, well-rehearsed response.
So after the debate, I'm going to try and get you guys some live footage from the spin room where all of the candidates will be taking questions from the press that is here and likely convincing them and probably you how well they perform. So stay tuned for that. I may be ending this soon, actually. Unfortunately, we are not in the arena. So they have the media in a very specific room. We had to enter through the Johnson Controls entrance, if you're familiar with the Fiserv Forum. And they have us all corralled in here. And I'd imagine it's because of the particular network that is covering the debate. They may not have wanted other outlets in the same room, which is fine. So myself and Dr. Ken walked here from the 3rd Street Market Hall, which is probably maybe a 6-block walk, but in hellish heat. It felt like we were walking on the surface of the sun. And then when we arrived at the area of the Fiserv Forum, we were at the southern entrance of the Deer District, and so we had to cut across that, and then we had to go another block west to get to 6th and Highland because there is only one entrance for media personnel. So it was not pleasant. It hasn't been this hot in Milwaukee in I don't know how long, so it was a bit of a rough ordeal. So my curiosity is, often will Trump come up during the debate, and in what context will they speak favorably of him? Because you got to keep in mind, people that are voting in Republican primary contests overwhelmingly favor Donald Trump. Trump is not here, so how will these 8 candidates try and cater favor with Donald Trump supporters? And I don't know if any of them are going to be able to do a good job. So Chris Christie is one to keep your eye on because he is the only one who is not shy about criticizing Trump. I don't know if the other candidates have that kind of courage, so we'll see. Chris Christie doesn't really have much chance of becoming the Republican nominee or even being someone's vice presidential pick. However, I think it's necessary to have a candidate like him bringing up the fact that Donald Trump is literally turning himself in to the Fulton County Jail tomorrow. On tomorrow's program, The Truth with Sherwood Hughes, I'm going to be talking about Rudy Giuliani, who has had this incredible fall from grace. There was one point in time when Rudy Giuliani was America's mayor, when everyone looked up to him when he was mayor of New York City during September 11th. And today, Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York, former federal prosecutor, that basically used this same law, this RICO law, to destroy organized crime in New York City, was booked and processed today in the Fulton County Jail. I mean, the whole thing is just sad. And I know that a lot of us ultimately saw this coming because there was no way that they were going to be able to keep up the big lie and go to the lengths that they went to try and overturn the election. But to see political figures that once had a lot of respect now turning themselves in and being booked, even if they don't, see any time behind bars, like this is, it's beyond embarrassing. And you got to keep in mind this moment of American history that we're living through right now. There's going to be books written about it. There's going to be documentaries written about it. It's going to have a profound influence on the culture. And some years in the future, people are going to wonder how we allowed this to happen. Like, how do we sit idly by when the man that lost a presidential election encouraged people, incited a riot, and tried to stop the results of the ultimate, you know, part of American democracy? One person, one vote, the Electoral College, their selected electors, they cast their votes. Joe Biden won. The reason why I started my program today asking Marjorie Taylor Greene if she believed that Joe Biden won the election. And here's the thing, I wasn't trying to get her to do an about face. I wasn't trying to get her to change her mind about anything. I wanted her to be on the record lying, because now we come to find out that a whole bunch of these people absolutely knew that Joe Biden won the election. But if they are still continuing to say that Joe Biden lost, they literally are incriminating themselves. And that was the whole thing that I was trying to do today. And I think a lot of you guys, when you watched that interview, you were expecting a fight. You were expecting a debate. There was no way that I was going to get into the gutter with that woman, because she ultimately would have won, would have got the best of me. There were certain things that I asked her to get certain responses, and I think that I got it. I also come to find out she did no other radio or any other media in the city. I figured that 101.7 The Truth was just a stop on her media blitz. She only did one live interview in the city of Milwaukee via the media, which that's fantastic. That is. I mean, it was an experience. Let's put it that way. She's an interesting person. I thought it was a character she was playing. No, she's really like that. All the things that she says, she believes it. So we're about 20 minutes away from the start of the debate. Y'all, it's just weird being here with all these Fox News signs. This is weird. It's like the Klan rally is about to start and they didn't tell us. They're going to lock the doors so me, Kyle, and Dr. Kent can't get out.
Oh, look at this. Oh, you can watch that. Look at that. About to pay $15.
Yeah, right.
For what?
How bad could it be?
It ain't that bad.
I'm not gonna be on the front end for like that long.
And I get the extra home seat because of my membership I currently have. So
How much is your bag?
So I paid $80 for free carry-on in September for 4 months. $80 for a free carry-on for all my flights.
But if you don't have that membership, so if I wanted to take advantage of that flight, how much am I paying for my bag?
You had to pay $159.
Well, that's how much a flight costs, man.
That's paying $15. I paid $600 for the package. And I paid $15 for the non-stop flights.
Well, you must fly a lot, man.
That's my fourth trip. And then we hope we will go to campaign on
Y'all travel a lot.
You look young. Okay.
Wait a minute. The number of coordinated. I got what? See a lot of people.
Welcome to Milwaukee. So they come night tonight. John, as you look at this, and you don't say, when you hope to see, what do you think we'll see? What are you to word that I often use about debates? You're looking for moments. You know, you can
have fam reached out.
What?
Experience after this campaign, the whole room rocks. Even Walter Mondale started laughing. Such a good line. That was a moment.
Anything substantial?
They said it's impossible to flag up in more controversial political views to be on the show and try to steer clear of politics.
You know what? Somebody posted on Twitter, how does American Family Insurance feel about you having MGT on there? One tweet. One.
Nobody, I said somebody just says
One tweet. But you're going to have that, though. You're going to have people that's going to want to go after the sponsors. And what's our response to this?
keep y'all in the loop.
How did they not understand that when we get those kind of figures every now and again, it increases our listenership, therefore it increases the number of people they're exposed to?
Oh, yes. I saw it in the shot. When she was sitting there, I saw it. I was like, oh, that's great for them.
But it's smart enough to know that they don't even trust her. So what is?
Well, you know what our response to them needs to be, because she was on my program. I have a disclaimer on purpose and intentional in my intro. Views and opinions don't reflect that of the staff and management. So, yeah, I'm not even going to bother with that.
I know. I would.
That's crazy. That's not even 24 hours. They're close. Nothing too bad. Somebody just asked me what I'm learning. Absolutely nothing. Not a thing. Not anything.
Yeah, she ran away from that damn reparations question.
That was a setup.
She ran away from it.
Of course she ran away from it. As she should have. And I made it as easy as possible. So you get all the black voters, come over to the Republican Party. How do you feel about reparations? I just don't believe in it, because then other groups are going to want money too. Like the other groups that did get money. I just don't believe in it. Whatever it is, I'm not for it.
But she did say keep it home.
Like they have this thing for like child sex trafficking. It's like it's bad, right? But it's just like it's up here. Like foreign policy, child sex trafficking. They try to link Biden to that stuff. That's all Pizzagate conspiracy theory stuff. Hey guys, I'm gonna sign off, and I will join you again post debate. I hope you watch it. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow on the Truth and Sherwood Hughes. See who won, who you think won, who performed poorly, who you think is going to drop out of the race after this debate. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back in a little while, hopefully from the spin room. I think, how long is the debate? Hour, 2 hours? About 2 hours, right? 2 hours. All right. I'll be back at 10 o'clock.